Hi guys, I hope you're having a great day. It's the 21st of November and what time is it? Like 3 o'clock. I'm just about to go to work and I feel like today has just been a super chatty day. I feel like I've already done this video and just before I was like, crap, I haven't recorded yet and I have to go to work because this morning I recorded 4 episodes of the Smart 20s podcast. I was shooting for 3 and I was just kind of in a groove and I was like, oh, it's one more. So I just did 4, which I'm super, super happy about because I was saying the other day that I'm really working on, I'm just trying to get comfy here, sit in my bed. I'm really working on creating a content schedule for myself and sort of pretending that I'm pitching ideas to a boss, which is also me, and then following through with it as if I'm not the boss. So really separating out being the boss and the strategy maker and the planner, and then being the worker who's in this case recording podcast episodes. And it's been so helpful. So on the weekend, I think it was on Saturday morning, I sat down and I planned out all the podcast episodes I'm going to do for the rest of the year. So I think there was about 7 or 8 of them, and I wrote down one as well for the beginning of the new year. And I sort of wrote a brief overview for my podcast episodes, and like most things I do, they're completely unscripted and I just kind of chat about whatever I feel like. So I just wrote down a brief outline of what I wanted to talk about just so I could remember looking back, because sometimes the title isn't enough to remind me what I wanted to speak about. So I wrote that down, and then today I literally recorded them. And when I say I literally recorded them, I mean as opposed to being like, oh, I need to record a podcast episode today. What am I going to record? Think. And it taking forever and just having it all planned. And then I just sat in here. I just sat like I was on the bed and actually I got a chair next to the bed, and I'm having issues with my normal microphone at the moment. So I just used the one that I attached to my phone, my Rode microphone. And I just chatted and I think in total it was like 2 hours something that I just chatted to myself for. And then I had to go to Steve's parents because the internet here, it just wasn't working to upload it. We haven't got internet connected, so it's just hotspotting from my phone and it just wasn't enough. So I went there and remembered what good internet feels like. We're getting the internet connected tomorrow. I don't know if I just said that, but very excited. So went there, uploaded and scheduled. If you don't know, and you might be interested, I don't know, podcasts, you actually schedule them exactly the same as a blog post. You just have to set up a few back-end things, and it pulls, like iTunes and whatever, pulls it from your blog post, the audio. So I scheduled 4 of them, and to actually, like, I'm sure this does not sound like a big deal, but to actually have scheduled something for a month's time, I was just like feeling so proud of myself. And I also scheduled a couple of videos, my YouTube videos. I was going to finish them off for the week, but then I remembered I hadn't recorded this and I hadn't eaten lunch. Even though I was starving, I just really wanted to get everything done, which normally isn't me. Normally I will stop and eat. I am not one of these people that forgets to eat, and I didn't forget to eat, but I was like, no, I'm just pushing through. So I'm just feeling proud of myself today that I did 4 times more than I normally would, and that it really didn't take any more effort. There's something I'm really learning at the moment. Oh, I feel like this light behind me is going to be way bright. Anyway, I feel like something that I've really been learning from self-coaching scholars, which I bloody talk about all the time, which is Brooke Castillo's online program, is in the money one and the entrepreneur one. She talks a lot, and most people do in that space, about how you don't need to essentially expend more effort to make more money, but also that if you're productive, you're not really, it's hard to explain because it seems like if you're producing more, you'll be trying a lot harder and working super hard. But in my experience, when I'm most productive, like today, doing 4 podcast episodes and scheduling them all, and that's done when that would normally take me like 4 days, is that I've just cut out all the procrastination and all the indecision. Because normally when I'd record a podcast episode, before it, I'll be like, oh, what should I record today? Think. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Blah, 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 in my head. And then I'll get set up and then make sure I can like actually talk and get the recording, everything set up, record it, pack everything away, schedule it. And today I already had my ideas. I just recorded them back to back. I didn't let myself procrastinate in between them, and like I just sort of kept the flow going. I did 2, and then I went and got a drink, and then I did 2 more. And yeah, I just feel like compared to a day when I would do 1 podcast episode in the same time, I don't feel any more like I've put in any more effort, if that makes sense. I've just been much more focused, and I feel more energized. Like it's draining to procrastinate. So that's where I am at today. Yeah, I just feel a bit chatted out in a sense, but not really too much actually. Like I'm probably going to be a bit, well, thankfully I'm going to work and I get to interact with people. Otherwise I feel like I might go stir crazy talking to myself for so long in one day. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I did self-coaching scholars this morning as well. I went to the gym this morning as well. I've been eating super healthy the last few days. I was saying on the weekend that I'm just doing like a self-control willpower test. Like I like to just think of it as I'm building up my willpower, and that's, I don't know, it's really good because whenever I've been like, oh, maybe I'll just eat this instead, I've been like, well, no, I'm doing a willpower test. Like the point, I just find it helpful to remind myself that the point is to build willpower, because I find if I think the point is to eat healthy, it's super easy to negotiate and be like, oh, well, this won't make a difference. So, well, that's a reminder telling me I need to leave for work now because of traffic. So I'm going to get going. The other thing I was going to talk about was getting back into the habit of meditation, but I will chat about what I've been doing with my habits while I'm going through this transition in tomorrow's vlog, I think. And no promises, but tomorrow I want to do a bit more of an actual vloggy vlog that's not just me chatting for a bit. But I did just watch a video while I was eating my lunch on Cardia Milan's channel. She's another Australian, and I find her really just interesting and insightful. And she was talking about her recent realizations with losing herself and figuring out who she is and blah blah blah. Really, like, I really enjoyed watching the video. I really, like, it reminded me why I do this stuff, because even though I feel super bored in the sense that, like, why would anyone care? I'm not really, I feel like I'm saying nothing. I know as a viewer, I find it so helpful. And she was talking about how she's just been going through like a period where she hasn't really, like, she's just been going through an adjustment period, and that she sort of bottled that all up because she didn't feel like she could share it. Like she didn't know how to articulate it and just wasn't in the right space to share it. And now she's sharing it. And I was like, oh, that's like I'm actually sharing the day-to-day, like the ups and downs. As you guys know, every few weeks I get in a bit of a slump, then I get super excited, then I get in a bit of a slump. Like, you get to see day to day. Like, obviously you only see a small snippet, but yeah, I was just like, it is really helpful. And she was just sitting down and chatting, and I was like, I do actually like just sitting watching people chatting. So anyway, I'm gonna go to work now, but I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.